Once upon a time, in the beautiful city of Shiraz, Iran, there lived a wealthy but arrogant merchant named Farid. Farid had immense wealth, with his shops filled with precious items, jewelry, and rare artifacts. He took great pride in his fortune and believed that everything in the world could be bought with money. People knew him as a wealthy but self-centered man who never helped anyone. One day, Farid earned a significant profit from a major business deal. To celebrate, he arranged a lavish feast for his friends. His mansion was adorned with expensive items, grand chandeliers, and luxurious carpets, leaving everyone in awe of his wealth and grandeur. During the celebration, Farid boasted to his friends about his fortune, claiming it would never diminish and that he would always remain prosperous. While they were enjoying the feast, a poor beggar knocked on Farid's door, asking for help in the name of God. Farid opened the door and, looking at the beggar with disdain, said, "Don't you have any work? People like you live off others and never prosper. Leave at once. I will not waste my hard-earned money on someone as useless as you." The beggar smiled gently and replied, "Wealth and happiness are gifts from God, my son. This world is temporary, and everything can be taken away in an instant. True wealth lies in purity of heart and kindness towards others." A few days later, Farid invested heavily in a new business venture. Initially, he enjoyed great success, but then disaster struck. His business partner betrayed him and fled with all the capital. Farid's fortune and property vanished overnight. He had to sell his grand mansion to repay debts and became a poor man. The friends who once surrounded him now avoided him as if they had never known him. Farid realized how blind he had been in his pride and obsession with wealth. With nothing to his name, he wandered the streets, hungry and hopeless. Eventually, he resorted to begging for food, but no one was willing to help him. One day, while roaming aimlessly, Farid arrived in the same neighborhood where he had encountered the beggar. He thought, "Perhaps that beggar will help me, for I treated him so poorly before." Farid found the beggar and said, "Baba, you were right. In my pride and greed, I hurt others, and now I am the one in need. Please forgive me." The beggar gently placed his hand on Farid's head and said, "My son, God tests everyone. Those who act with truth and kindness receive His blessings. You have admitted your mistakes, and that is the first step toward redemption. When a person recognizes their wrongs and strives to correct them, God guides them on the right path." The beggar shared a piece of his humble bread and some water with Farid. Grateful and ashamed, Farid ate and vowed to turn his life around. He began working in a small market in Shiraz, laboring from morning till night. From his modest earnings, he always set aside a portion to help the needy. Though he felt ashamed of his past, over time, people began to notice his generosity and kindness. Farid's reputation transformed. Where once he was known for his arrogance, he became admired for his compassion. When a famine struck Shiraz, Farid gathered his friends and others to help distribute whatever they could to the poor. He used his savings to provide food to the hungry, traveling from village to village. Inspired by his sincerity, others joined his noble efforts. Farid built a shelter where travelers and the needy could find refuge and food. People who once distanced themselves from him now respected him for his generosity and humility. Farid taught others that true happiness and peace lie in helping others, not in accumulating wealth or displaying luxury. As time passed, Farid's story became a timeless lesson in Shiraz. People shared his tale as a reminder that kindness and compassion are the greatest virtues. Farid himself continued to help anyone in need and would share his story, warning against the dangers of pride and greed. He found peace and happiness not in riches but in a pure heart and a life dedicated to serving others. Even today, the people of Shiraz remember Farid's story as an example of how true contentment comes from treating others with love and compassion. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel English Story Sard.